morning and welcome to this morning's morning mindset. I've got my door open, hope nobody comes in. I hope you guys are well. My name is Michelle Dale, coming to you from virtual co-working space, and today we are continuing our theme of client blocks when it comes to developing your business. We talked yesterday about the imposed beliefs and the things that we have to be a bit careful about taking on board from other people's experiences, because that does not mean to say that's going to be our experience. It's really important to understand that for sure to listen to people with experience is fine. That's one thing. It's good to have opinions, it's good to have people's experiences and things like that, but also remember they are creating those experiences and you don't know where they came from. You don't know where the belief structure came from. You don't know where a lot of things came from. So we have to be very careful about what we filter. So when you take someone's experience, you can either learn from it and say, okay, well, I'm definitely going to do things differently. That's not the experience I want to have with this. Or you can embrace it if it's something that you think is definitely going to serve you. But either way, we have to be careful. So today we are looking at another cause for client blocks, and this is a very big one. And I see this a lot. Even this last week, something came up in the Facebook group, and it was a lady who said that, you know, like, what do you do about clients who undervalue you? And she went on to say that she'd done some artwork for a client. She shared this piece of artwork in the group, and she said, like, the client only paid me $2 for this piece of artwork. You know, is that okay? You know, and this is clearly somebody who has issues with their own self-worth. And this is the topic of discussion today. So what it's doing is, when you have something like that, it's like having the expectation of, I don't value myself and I don't consider myself worthy because I'm willing to accept this amount of money. However, I feel that they should pay me more and they should see the value in me and they should see that my work is worth more. But you are the one that's accepted it. So if you feel that it was fine for you to accept that small amount of money, which isn't small to some people, but it definitely was to this person, because money is all relative, you know. So if you say to yourself, $2 is a small amount of money, and you've accepted that, you've trained the client to think that you are not of any value because you have not valued yourself enough to say, no, I'm not going to work for that amount of money. So it's really difficult, and this happens a lot. It's always like placing the blame on the client and not taking personal responsibility when you don't get paid enough for your work. Because at the end of the day, you should have agreed your price up front. You should have known exactly what is to be done in that price, and you should have been happy when you move forward. Now, to have the expectation that the value that you place on yourself is lower than the value that the client should place on you it's a bit crazy, in my opinion. Nobody should value you more than you. Nobody should value your work more than you. So when you do get a client, and believe me, it's not the client's fault again, they will literally pay you what you feel you're worth, not what they feel you're worth. This is powerful. I'm going to say this again. They will pay you what you feel you are worth, not what they feel you're worth. So if they have paid you a low amount, that's because you've allowed it and you've gone forward with that low amount. So if you can't speak up and say, sorry, I'm not going to work for that, I need more, or you quote your price and you state your price and that's what it is, and you still allow them to pay you less, then that is an issue with your self-worth, not with the client's value they're placing on you. So however you feel about yourself is how they're going to feel about you. And anyone who says, oh, I've never put myself down, I've always valued myself, like, is lying. Come on, you know, like, let's be honest here. How we see ourselves is how other people will see us. So maybe if we have the mindset of, I'm not worthy because I've not got much experience, or I'm not worthy because my parents told me I wasn't, or I'm not worthy because I've never felt like I'm worthy. All of this energy, even though you haven't verbally said to the client, I'm not worthy, they're picking up on it. You're attracting that to you. So if you, to fix this, approach every single project, every single client with, this is how much money it costs because this is what I'm worth and I won't accept any less, this will eliminate this whole problem of the client didn't pay me enough, the client didn't value me, the client treated me badly, the client did a... No. This is about you taking responsibility. In our event, which is happening 19th to 22nd of August, the Working Online Beach Camp, we're going to be talking about this a little bit more. But what I will definitely say is to really fix this situation, decide how much you're worth and don't settle for anything less. And what will happen eventually is all the people that you're attracting to you at this level will suddenly be going somewhere else, and then you'll start attracting the people at the new level that you'll consider that you are worth. Now, if you say and listen to people, like we talked about yesterday, imposed beliefs, nobody wants to pay, everyone's cheap, everyone's this, you're onboarding these things and you're going to attract cheap clients. You're going to attract clients that are not good for you. You're going to attract clients that do not value you because you're telling yourself, I have to be cheap. I can't charge that. Don't do that to yourself. It's your choice. It's your decision. You write down the figure of what your work is worth, what you are worth. And this is why one sourcing, my business model, is based on people, because the value of a task is one price. The value of a person is limitless. And that's why one sourcing, and this is why I drive it home so much in one sourcing, about make the model, about the roles and not the services. Because the perception of value is completely different from your side and from the client side too. So you are worth it. You are worth whatever you say you're worth. You are worth whatever you think you're worth. And if you project that out into the world and you stick with that and you stay committed to that, then you will attract the right clients that are in line with wanting to pay you what you're worth. So if you're getting cheapskates, you need to really work on yourself and your value. If you are thinking to yourself you can't charge certain amounts of money, or you're going to have to stay cheap or competitive. I hate this word. The only person you're competing with is yourself. Don't go cheaper. Get better. Improve. Be a higher quality. And then your value will go up. Your value does not go up by you getting cheaper. That's the pep talk over for today. We are going to get into our accountability now. We are going to be back here tomorrow with another client's block that we have to work on. Nikki said love. I love this one too, because really there's so many virtual assistants out there who are not valuing themselves in the right way, and it's tragic because everyone's complaining about it in the groups and everyone's blaming the client, and it requires a lot of personal responsibility in that respect. Okay, thanks, Nikki. Okay, guys, we're going to get into our accountability now, start of a new week. Well, it is in my Breathe journal anyway. And I look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow, where we're going to be talking about another client block. Hannah says, connect this to any area of life as well as the VA world. Absolutely. This is why people who tend to have like relationships with horrible men who don't treat them well is because they're not treating themselves well, because they're accepting the behavior, because it works in relationships, it works with clients, any kind of relationships, it works with money even. You know, if you don't feel you're deserving of money, you won't be able to manifest money. So it really is about applying this to every area of your life and really knowing and understanding what is my value, what am I worth, and treating yourself that way first. As soon as you can treat yourself that way, everyone else will follow. Let's get into our accountability. I shall see you back here tomorrow. Love you guys. Before we begin, don't forget you can join me live online inside Virtual Co-working Space at www.virtualmissfriday.com/VCS. If you enjoy this session, give it a like. I'd love to hear from you, so write me a comment. And so you don't miss any updates, don't forget to subscribe. Let's begin. So now we're going to look for the positive with our gratitude. First, we'll spend 1 minute thinking of the day before. Thinking of all the things that happened, reflecting on work, interactions, relationships, memorable moments, and more. Now you'll write one thing down minimum that you're grateful for. You can, of course, write down more. Something good, something that went right, a small moment or a big win. The more you search for things to be grateful for, the more you will experience things to be grateful for. Now we're going to read out your goal. Make sure your goal is written down in a journal or somewhere you can easily access it. Read your goal now, ideally out loud, and commit to this goal. Believe it will happen. And by reading this daily, the universe knows clearly what your goal is, and the things begin to shift in the direction of your goal. Follow your instincts when this happens by taking action. Now you need to see your goal in visualization. Spend this minute thinking about the goal in your mind. See yourself taking steps towards the goal, or even better still, see yourself having already achieved the goal. Close your eyes and go there. Step into the feeling, step into the place, step into the accomplishment. And finally, it's time for your most important task. Set this task for today and make it relating to your goal. This could be something small like sending an email, recording a video, or making a phone call, or it could be bigger. Either way, one task a day is one step forward, and those steps will add up. Do what you can from where you are now. Set the intention, and the action will carry you towards your goal. Well done you for completing your daily co-create session. Have a fantastic day ahead, and I'll see you next time.